Okay, so here is one type of quadratic that we'll take a look at this week. It's called vertex form. The reason why it's called vertex form is because it's really easy to identify what the vertex is. So if we're looking at this equation, f of x equals a times x minus h squared plus k, the vertex is going to be h comma k. The line of symmetry then is a line that will divide our quadratic exactly in half, so it reflects the same on the left and on the right. This is going to be a vertical line through the x coordinate of our vertex, so we can label this a vertical line as x equals and then whatever the value of h is. Now the x and the y-intercepts are very similar to a linear graph. The x-intercepts is where we want to put in y equals 0 and solve for x. And then the y-intercept is where x equals 0, and we would solve for y then. So let's take a look at an example down here. We've got f of x equals negative x minus 3 squared plus 4 over negative 1 is 6. Let's leave this out for a second, and let's just figure out what the vertex is. The vertex is going to be 3, 4. And then the line of symmetry is x equals 3, because it's the x coordinate of the vertex. Now the y-intercept is where x equals 0, so I'm going to substitute in 0 and I'm going to solve for y or f of 0. So negative 3 squared is 9, but then I still have this negative out in front. So negative 9 plus 4 equals 5. So the y-intercept is going to be 0, 5. The x-intercept is where y equals 0. So instead of f of x, I'm going to put in 0 equals negative x minus 3 squared plus 4. So here is where it was important for you to understand how to solve things in our last objective because you're going to use them a lot in this one. So I'm going to divide by negative 1. So it's going to be 4 equals x minus 3 squared. Remember, you get two answers. So x will equal 5 or x will equal 1. So let's go ahead and plot these points, these critical points. Let's see, vertex is at 3, 4. And then we've got a y-intercept of 0. Whoops, this should be negative 5. So 0, negative 5. And then we've got the x-intercepts at 5 and 1. Okay, now the last part is this limit over here, this bound negative 1 to 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute in those values and figure out where the function is at those points. So these are x values. So I'm going to put in negative 1 in for x. And if I put this all in my calculator, this is going to get me negative 12. So the point negative 1, negative 12 is where this is going to start. And I'm just going to estimate because it doesn't go down all the way to 12. So I'm just going to estimate, and since it's a bracket, it's a closed circle. And then I'm going to put in 6. This is going to equal, let's see, 3 squared is 9 and negative 5. So the point is going to be at 6, negative 5. So I'm going to go ahead and plot that point. Let's see, 5, 6, and then negative 5. 1, 2, 3. and it's going to be an open circle because it is a closed parentheses. So here is our graph. And then the last thing that we got to talk about is the range. So remember, it goes from low to high. So it's going to start from -12, and it'll be closed because it's a closed circle. And then it goes all the way up into a +4, again with a bracket because it's a closed circle. We include that point. So that's vertex form.